So we're going to start off with the Mark II. So this is a 1992 Golf GL. You see it's got the big bumpers. In US, if you get a car after 89, it comes with big bumpers stock. So this is a Calypso green, and this was the color I was looking for a long time. Luckily this came up for sale from a old customer from my old job, and I bought it. This was a running driving car, and no rust. That's the biggest thing, is no rust. So this car is really clean, and being that it's a 92, that means that it is a CE2 car, which made swapping in makes swapping any Mark III engine and engine harness in very easy. So I did put a 12 valve VR6 in this. This was out of my old GTI that I had for years. It's a 12 valve Mark III management. It's got chip. It's got I have launch control with a watt box. I used to have hella greens. So if you guys have been watching my videos, you know that this is built to be a drag car. So you should be able to see I have a Momo steering wheel. This is an old used one that I had a long time ago with an NRG hub. Works great. I have my launch control button right here. It is a 5-speed, and this is actually an O2J shifter. I have the O2J shifter shift box in here with solid bushings and stuff, and I threaded. You always thread the O2J shifter, so that way I can put a Delrin golf ball on it. I do have my wideband in here. This thing, on this tune, I actually run a 3-bar fuel pressure regulator, so this idles at about 17 AFR, but it runs great, and it actually gets really good gas mileage. I know it's a drag car, you're not supposed to worry about that, but it's a benefit. You also see that I have the Mark III cluster in there. That is simply because I took everything out of my old car, everything worked, and I also like that I have the MFA functions. Everything works great in this car. I love it. The only thing that I don't like are these lap belts and shoulder belts that go up here. So I do have the 3-point seatbelt conversion that's out of older cars or European cars. So I'll be showing you guys how to do that soon. Also, for safety, there's a fire extinguisher in here. You can see this is my watt box cable. So this is that's how I program my launch control and no lift shift. And also you'll see right here, this is my OBD2 port, and there's my watt box. So I can scan this like factory. These OBD2 connectors, you just go to any junkyard and go find a Mark IV, and if you get any Mark IV new Beetle, those are unboltable, so you can unscrew them, pop the OBD plug out, cut it, whatever you want, and put it anywhere you want into a swap. It's really handy. I have a 3-inch straight pipe coming out the side. The rears are converted over to discs, and these are 14-inch tires, or wheels and tires from a cabriolet. They fit really good, don't need any spacers, and I mean they look period correct, they're great. And I also, this is still a Mark II rear beam. It's narrower, and narrower than the Mark III, so that's why I didn't swap to the Mark III rear beam. It saves a little bit of weight. Up front, you'll see I have a Falcon Zenith tires. These are nice and sticky. They help with gripping up. They work great. I have NGP coilovers on this. They actually ride really good. From what I hear, they're just rebranded KWs. And then you'll also see right here, I do have a stud conversion up front. That's specifically for slicks. So 4 studs, and then just drill the holes out so the center cap fits in. Still looks stock. And if you look back there, you can see that I have the 2.0 Mark III brakes. So the reason I have that is so I can have a 13-inch slick fit on here with no problem. And I guess let's talk about that. So I have Mark III front control arms. They are from a 2-liter. 2-liter ball joints need 2-liter spindles. So all that, you know, you have to have the 2-liter, control arm, have to have the 2-liter front knuckle spindle, whatever you want to call it, and then the 2-liter front brakes, obviously. And then what I do have is I have a Mark III Vr6 Sway Bar that I have fitted to this. The Mark III is usually bolt in, whereas the 2 liters kind of go through the lollipop that goes into the control arm. So you just have to cut the end of it off, put it into the lollipop, bolt it in place, and you have to notch a little bit of the control arm for clearance. So in the front, you'll see I have the 4-inch velocity stack headlight intake. I have a Civic Rad that I modified. That fell out. Anyway, so I have a Civic radiator. You can see that I welded a Volkswagen Fan Switch into it. I made my own little fan shroud and have a 11-inch Mishimoto fan in there. Works great. Mark III coolant bottle. I have the Mark III ABS coolant or brake reservoir just because it fit, and I do have a Mark III brake master. See, here's the intake. Sits in there real nice. See down here, I made my own exhaust. You see this exhaust? Everything's Cerakoted. I did it all myself. These are straight 2-inch down to 3-inch. I made my own manifold, or you know, I got ported manifolds. Made my own downpipe. Works great. I have solid shift bushings, you know, all that stuff. Hydraulic clutch. Everything, it just works. It has 276 cams, so it has a nice idle chop, and has Mark IV head gasket, titanium retainers, ARP rod bolts, ARP head studs, all that kind of stuff. Just works good. It's a really good running car. So right now I'll just start it up for you guys.